All right, I think we've got five of you guys online today. Welcome. All right, let's just sit up nice and tall. Got my little Halloweeny shirt on today, my skeleton shirt. All right, let's just sit up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders and just let your hands be in a comfortable, supported position on your legs. Close your eyes and just start breathing in and out. At first, just observing your breath. And then slowly, with each breath, trying to breathe a little deeper, a little more fully, down into your belly. And on the exhale, think about creating a little constriction in the back of your throat. Breath of fire today. Just to have an audible exhale. Let's do one more full deep breath. And if your palms are, go ahead and turn them over, palms down on your legs, just to give yourself a little more support as you slowly and gently roll those shoulders back. And then roll the shoulders forward. And then just let your hands hang out of your shoulders. Maybe shift your shoulders around, let them shake out a little bit. And then we're just going to lift and lower the arms now. Thumbs leading on the way up. And exhale down. The first time, keep your torso upright. The second time, you'll have the option of reaching those hands all the way down to the ground, out in front of your chair. And lift it up. And up. Do that one more time. And then just keep those arms reaching overhead and just shift each shoulder. Stretch a little higher, spread those fingers. And just bring your hands down. Find your lap again with your palms, and we'll slowly rotate the upper body. Make sure you go a few times around each way. So if you haven't switched directions, do so now. And then come back to center. Let's go ahead and pick up that right leg And just use your hands to move that leg in a circle. Your leg is passive. And while we're doing this, hopefully just a reminder, you might have a block and a strap handy. As far as the strap goes, it can really be anything. It can be a belt, it can be a old necktie, it can be a dog leash. Just something to connect your hands to your feet, your hands to your hands. All right, switch sides. Other leg, again, just making sure you go both directions a few times at your own speed. This is why I'm not counting out the reps here. Let you, each of you find your own pace, your own rhythm. All right. Let's come back to that center, and we're going to start lifting those legs. So have your hands hanging down by your side. Sit up nice and tall. Use your core to support your ribs, and we're just going to extend that left leg out. And bring it down. And extend that right leg out. And bring it down. This time we're going to lift the left arm and extend the right leg. And bring it down. Right arm and left leg. And bring it down. Both arms and the right leg. Bring it down. Both arms and the left leg. And bring it down. And then we're going to do a little hold where we raise and lower the arms, just like we did earlier, but keep that leg extended. Now the foot that's on the floor, feel like you're trying to pull that foot back, like it's, engage that hamstring a little bit on that left leg. Let's do that one more time. Again, this shouldn't be so tiring that it hurts or anything. So if you need to lower that leg sooner, that's fine. So this practice on Fridays is meant to be, not necessarily challenging. So lift that leg up. We're going to lower and lift the arms again. But if you're up for a little bit of a challenge, go ahead and do so. As long as the challenge doesn't cross over into stress. Have enough of that right now, so just bring that foot down. Sit up nice and tall again. Now we're going to extend our right leg out to the side. Got the dog hair on my knee. All right. So I'm going to put my right thumb on my shoulder and just take it straight up. And that's going to tilt my shoulder girdle a little bit. And pull it down. The next time, if you want to go a little farther, you can reach down the side of your chair with your left hand. So this is a progression. Take it as far as you want. And then we're just gradually taking that overhead reach more and more over to that left side. Extend. And pull that elbow into your hip, into your side waist. Extend. Let's do that one more time, and we're going to hold it. So it's a chair supported, extended side angle. And come up. And now the other hand just lifts up overhead. Stretch for the ceiling, reach to those fingertips. Bring both arms up. Hands come into heart center. And we're going to slowly turn to the left. You probably won't be able to turn as far. The one thing about being on a chair is that your pelvis gets locked down a little more, taking away some of the range of motion in the rib cage. And release. Let's go ahead and pull that right leg in. And we're going to switch over to that left side, left leg extended. So again, the torso sitting up nice and tall. First one, have your right hand on your thigh, left thumb to shoulder, and just take it straight up. So you feel that extension through the ribs, just right from the get-go here. And then we're just gonna pull it down. This time the arm can come down the side of the chair. And then we're just gonna progressively go farther and farther over. You decide how far to go. Extend. And we're going to do one more and hold. Really reach. Keep breathing. And we're going to bring that left hand down. Right hand's going to reach straight up to the ceiling. And then bring both hands up. Pull the hands into heart center. Turn towards your right leg. And then go ahead and pull that leg in. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to move into our sun salutations. So we'll come to a standing position. I'm just going to turn the chair so for camera angle purposes. And we're just going to start out with our feet maybe slightly narrower than hip width apart. Lift up and just bring your hands down. We'll progress again here. The second time you have the option of coming down and just touching the chair here and up the sides of the chair, or coming all the way down to the seat, lightly touching it. We're not putting our weight into our hands, so we're keeping the legs and the core supportive. You can do that. In and out of this forward fold. You want to have a little tiny bend in your knees. You want to feel like you're squeezing your glutes to help stand up. So do what's best for your back and your legs. And we're going to come up and stay up with our hands reaching overhead. Bring that right leg up under the chair. Step your left leg back. We come into warrior one in front of the chair. And we're going to add that movement in again. Reach down for the back of the chair. Lift up. So this is something that we really can't always do without a chair because we don't have a target. We'll do that one more time. We're going to lift up. Bring your hands all the way down to the seat now. So keep that right hand in the seat. Start to press your right leg straight and open the left arm up, and we transition into triangle. You feel the need to shift your feet into a better position for your hips. Do that. Bring that hand down. Realign your chest with the chair. Pull your front leg out. Bring your feet side by side again. Come back to mountain. Looking straight ahead. Inhale, lift up. Let's go ahead and scoot your left foot forward. Step that right foot back. Warrior one. And then just lower and lift the arms. Moving on the breath, so you're exhaling as your hands travel downward. Inhale as they're going up. And then bring the hands all the way down to the seat of the chair. Put your left hand in the center. Start to straighten your left leg. And open that right arm up, coming into chair supported triangle. Feel free to adjust your feet as needed. And bring that hand back down. Pull that front foot out, bring your feet side by side again. We come up into Mountain or Tadasana. So we're going to work through some sun salutations with the chair supporting us. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Flatten your back and then step back into a chair supported plank. Pull your hips back into a chair supported downward dog. Lengthening your spine, pulling the sit bones in the opposite direction from your shoulders. Soften your knees, step your right foot forward, angle your left, lift up into warrior one. Just hold that and breathe. Just look straight ahead. On the next exhale, let's bring the hands all the way down to the seat of the chair and step back into plank. And then downward dog. This time we'll step that left foot forward, right foot ankles, warrior one. And we'll just hold that for a few breaths. You feel that strong connection of your feet into the ground. Reaching through those fingertips, engaging your core, and breathing. And then bring your hands back down. Step into plank again. And then chair supported dog. Now look through. Got the dog hair on my knees. All right. Let's go ahead and walk those feet back in. We'll come into mountain again. And stand up nice and tall. So go ahead and feel all four corners of both feet. If you can, I always encourage you to practice yoga barefoot if it's practical for you to do so, just because you get a little more direct connection to the ground. So you want to feel your big toe mound, your small toe mound, your inner and outer heel. And then lifting your toes engages your lower legs and your arches. It kind of wakes your feet up a little bit. And just spread the toes out, place them on the floor, and think about wrapping your leg muscles around the bones all the way up to your hips. And then relaxing the lower back and the back of the pelvis and elevating the pubic bone. And then just really standing tall through the rest of your spine. So standing up straight doesn't mean standing with your chest sticking out or exaggerating, like a soldier's posture or anything. It's just getting your spine well supported and stacked so that it's the design of your spine can support itself for the most part. All right. Let's just relax from that. We're going to move back to the chair and work from a kneeling lunge position. So turn around so your left side is facing the back of the chair and the right leg comes off the chair. This is where you may need a block so that there's something under this leg and your hips are fairly even. And I'm just going to kind of wrap my arm on the back of the chair back here, that left arm, and lift and lower the right arm. Look down at your left leg and make sure that it's not falling out to either side. Breathe. Keep reaching up on these lifts. And then keep reaching. And depending on the kind of chair you have, if you have room to bring that left hand down lower into the seat or even reach through the back of it, see if you can do that. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just do what you can do. And just let this go a little farther to the side with a little more support. And come back up. Reach both arms up. Pull it into heart center. Connect your thumbs with your breastbone and then have the whole rib cage turn toward the back of the chair. Keep breathing. And then turn your head a little farther towards that left shoulder without shrugging your shoulders. And come back to center. Pick up that right leg. And now we're just going to do a seated twist, keeping the spine nice and tall. Right arm's going to come across and pull on the chair. Left arm's going to reach around and push. Sit tall, relax the shoulders. Breathe into your twisted torso. Exhale, unwind. Walk your legs all the way across. Set up on the other side. So that left leg comes down. You're trying to support whatever you need. You know, at home, you can really put anything under there as long as it's going to support you. Hang on to the back of the chair. Lift up. Stretching a little bit to the back of the chair. And bring that hand down. We're going to do that again. Lifting up. So feel like you're trying to root this hip, anchor this hip down. So when you lift the ribs, you really get a nice stretch in there. And then options, as you lean over this next time, you can just keep your hand on the back of the chair or start working to a little lower support point, either the seat or if the chair has space for you to reach through, do that. Make sure that front leg isn't shifting to either side. Come back up. Bring that hand down. We're going to lift both hands up overhead. Pull your hands into heart center and turn toward the back of the chair. Breathing in and out through that, into that twisted torso. It stretches your deepest abdominal muscles. It stretches the muscles between your rib cage. It's thought that your breath can kind of massage the organs a little bit. And come back to center. Pick up that leg. Sit nice and tall in the seat of the chair. We're going to reach across. Left hand comes to the front. Right hand presses into the back. Tall spine. Take that twist a little farther. Turn your head a little farther as well. Look over that right shoulder. an exhale, release that twist, walk your feet on around to the front. And we're going to open our knees and do a variation of something we've done standing in several classes. Just take those forearms up the midline and circle out over the legs. Options of, you can really make this as big or as small as you want. It's the nice thing about having the chair here. We can go down further to the floor as part of this flow. And take that down one more time and then just take those arms up and open them up and just pull backwards through the shoulder blades and then bring them in. One arm crosses under. See, normally we have our legs crossed here, so we're doing eagle arms. I've got my right arm underneath, or sorry, my left arm, if I mirror you guys. And we're just going to slide forward. A lot more space here because we have the legs open, so that's why I'm adding this variation today. Again, sliding forward, you decide how far to go. And pulling back. Let's do that one more time. Now push through those elbows. Keep your core engaged. When you're leaning out like this, you need to protect your spine. Pull back. Reach those arms way back. Squeeze toward the chair. We're just trying to press the forearms into the back of the chair. We're not trying to grab anything. Take those arms up again. Now we're going to have, got the right arm underneath. Eagle arms, open legs, sliding forward, drawing back. Moving with your breath, you decide how big your movement happens to be. And we'll just hold that. Breathe, keep your core engaged, just enough to protect your back. And then open those hands up. Again, reach back like you're trying to bring the forearms all the way towards that chair behind you. And then come up, push those legs in. Cross your left leg, your right leg, cross your right leg over. Open your arms. And we're going to have the left arm on the bottom. That's a little different than a typical eagle. I'm taking lots of creative license with eagles today. Same thing, just slide forward. And feel how that's now different, especially for that top leg. And in. Squeeze those elbows a little higher, perhaps, as you lean forward. We've got more support this time. And come up. Keep your legs crossed. Open those arms. Reach it up. Pull it into heart center. So opposite arm is going to come across now. If you can connect, fine. If not, just take it as far as you can. Sit really tall through the spine. And release. Switch your top leg. So if the left leg's on top, right arm is on the bottom. Again, that's not the classic textbook version of eagle, but for what we're doing today, it works. And we're just going to slide forward and back. Moving as you breathe. So you're sliding forward on the exhale, pulling back as you inhale. And just hold for a breath or two. And then make sure you're sitting up straight. Take your hands out wide. Reach up, extend, lengthen that spine upward before we twist. Hands come into the breastbone, and then we turn opposite arm coming across. And release on the exhale. Uncross your legs. And find some way to connect your hands. That strap, that belt, that leash. Oh, man. That dog hair. Gotta love the labs. All right. Arms out straight. And we're just gonna slowly take it up overhead. Squeeze backwards to the shoulders. Let your body be your guide here. Bring it down. Let's take it up again. Squeezing backwards and lowering it down. Lift it up. We're going to pull a little harder to the right, so we shift the shoulders. You can see my body isn't bending to the right, it's just my shoulders shifting. Come up, other way. So right now I'm keeping the torso straight up and down, and it's just through the shoulders. So we're all going to have a different range of motion with this. Come back to center. And now, mindfully, see how far down you can pull it behind your head. Do not force this. Press it up. And we're going to take it back down. And we're going to repeat that side to side, but we're going to add a little torso bend with it this time. So as we're reaching up, think about your feet now, kind of rooting into the floor, and see if you can bend and still support your back. I see I'm not really bending all that far. It doesn't look a whole lot different than the other one. And back up. All right, so we're going to bring it down. Step one foot into it. And now it connects your hands to your feet. So we're going to use it to do a hamstring stretch. So you're extending your foot. It's got to be active. You can't be passive with that leg or it's going to fall out of the strap. And then put both ends of the strap into that left hand and reach out to the side. And then bend that knee as we bring that leg across. Use the strap to guide it, and then continue to pull slightly upward with it. Press the hand into the inner thigh. So you're creating a rotation in that thigh bone up into the hip, and that's what creates that stretch. The best way to think about the deepest muscles on your hips, I don't know if it's a good illustration, but you think of those mops that have like the inch wide cloth things, and as you twist them, that's kind of the way your muscle fibers work around that hip joint to twist your leg, rotate your leg. So that's why it's really hard to stretch those guys. They're just so deep and hard to get to. All right, let's go ahead and free up that side. We'll put that strap on the other foot. And lift that leg up. And the leg doesn't, the leg, as long as you're feeling the stretch, you don't have to have the leg super high. And put both ends of the strap into left hand, reach out to the side. The other arm reaching out counterbalances this to some extent. And we'll go ahead and just use that strap to guide this foot across that leg. So continue to pull up and then press down into the inside of the leg, right above the knee. And that's creating that rotation of your thigh bone in your hip socket, stretching those deep muscles. One more breath. And relax. Take your foot off. Set your strap down. And we're just going to move up into the hands and the neck now. So sitting nice and tall, elevating those collarbones, we're going to slowly let the chin descend down toward the collarbones without these guys sagging down. And slowly lift your head only as high as is comfortable. Probably to a point where you're looking at where your wall and your ceiling meet. And then try to look straight ahead. Tip right ear to right shoulder. Lift it back up and come across left ear to left shoulder. If you're aligned, you'll probably feel a stronger stretch. As your head drifts forward, you lose that stretch. And come back up. Rotate your head on the axis of your spine, looking toward the right side. And then just bring it across to the left. So turning it as far as you can without creating any undue tension in your neck. Come back to center. Let's bring those hands into heart center, interlace the fingers. Press it away and just hold that. And feel how that stretches the hand and the wrists. Now lift those hands up again and stretch toward the ceiling. Still feeling that stretch into the wrists and hands. And then separate the hands. We're going to bring the backs of the hands together and just flick basically our fingernails against each other a few times. And then roll those hands through and just let them come to rest on your legs. Sit up nice and tall. So find my reading here. All right. Today's reading is called Change of Seasons. We can consciously celebrate the change of season and shift our own energy by setting some time aside to make the same changes we see in nature. We can change colors like the falling leaves and wilting blooms by putting away our bright summer colors and filling our wardrobes and living areas with warm golds, reds, and browns. While plants concentrate their energy deep in their roots and seeds, we can retreat to quieter indoor pursuits, nurturing the seeds of new endeavors which need quiet concentration to grow. We can stoke our inner fires with our favorite coffee, tea, cider, or cocoa, while savoring the rich, hot comfort foods that the season brings in an array of fall colors: potatoes, apple pies, pumpkins, squash, and corn. As animals begin growing their winter coats and preparing their dens for hibernation, we can dust off our favorite sweaters and jackets and bring blankets out of storage, creating coziness with throw rugs and heavier drapes. We can also light candles or fireplaces to bring a remnant of summer's fiery glow indoors. By making a conscious celebration of the change, we usher in the new season in a way that allows us to go with the flow and not fight against it. We sync ourselves up with the rhythm of nature and the universe and let it carry us forward, nurturing us as we prepare for the future. Namaste. Have a great day, ladies.
Happy Halloween. I like your shirt, Jan.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good weekend.
You too.